It's May, which means we're only a couple months away from July 2025 and the release of the James Gunn Superman movie. But guess what? The rumors are flying and everybody seems to have an opinion. As sure as time and taxes, rumors are going to fly about what's in the film, how it stinks, how it's great, and everything in between. But you know what? There are rumors, so let's break them down, let's debunk them, and we've got some debunking to do, so hang on to your hats. We're going to dig into it in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Comical Opinions. Today we're going to debunk the Superman 2025 movie rumors, and boy, we've got some doozies for you. Rumor number 1, Lex Luthor's mutant monkeys and hashtag super shit? Folks, we got to get more creative than this, but okay, let's talk about it. One of the most outlandish rumors claims that Lex Luthor orchestrates a social media campaign against Superman using an army of mutant monkeys to flood the internet with a trending hashtag, aka hashtag supershit. Some speculate this is Gunn's petty allegory for his 2018 Disney firing, which he might still be butthurt over, maybe not, and he's injecting some cancel culture into the Man of Steel story. It sounds like a plot straight out of a comic book in the Silver Age, that's to be sure, but is it really true? Not really. Sort of, but not really. There's a little bit of truth. The real truth is, this rumor is almost certainly false as a major plot point. It originates from an unverified X account by My Time to Shine Hello, which is notorious for spreading rumors and half-baked ideas and truths, and then it was amplified by outlets like Cosmic Book News and Bounding Into Comics. However, no major publication, such as Variety or The Hollywood Reporter, has corroborated this claim. In fact, James Gunn has previously debunked scoops from My Time to Shine Hello, so there's a little bit of a credibility issue in there. Instead, trusted sources paint a different picture. Collider reports that Gunn's Superman focuses on Clark Kent's compassion and humanity, balancing a bunch of action with heartfelt moments, and that's from Collider. Lex Luthor, played by Nicholas Hoult, is a cunning ideological foe, not a social media troll. That sounds like something out of the Snyder movie, to be honest with you, and it didn't work out so well. The mutant monkey plot, apparently it does happen in the film. There is a brief scene reported by Gary Buckler, who is also known as Nerdrotic, that there is a scene where you see monkeys doing something in the background, but it lasts for all of 30 seconds. So technically there's some truth to it, but as a major plot point, it's bupkis. That brings us to rumor number 2, and hang on to your Dragon Balls for this one. Kryptonians as galactic conquerors? Well, let's find out. Another rumor suggests a massive retcon. Kryptonians are no longer a peaceful, advanced civilization, but a race of conquerors, probably more in line with General Zod, with Jor-El as a Saiyan-like warlord. According to this leak, Kal-El was sent to Earth to conquer it like Goku in Dragon Ball. When the public learns of this, they turn against Superman, fueling the hashtag supershit backlash. It sounds like a shocking twist, but does it really hold up? The truth is, there's no evidence to support this claim. No reputable outlet, including The Hollywood Reporter, CBR, Collider, or anybody else, has mentioned a Kryptonian retcon. The rumor appears to stem from the same verified sources tied to the cancel culture plot, with Bounding Into Comics vaguely referencing public backlash but offering no specifics. Gunn's vision, as shared in Digital Trends, and there's a link to all the sources here in the description below, emphasizes Superman's hope and belief in life's sanctity, rooted in traditional Kryptonian values. The trailer imagery shows Krypton as a majestic, doomed world consistent with classic lore. Fandango had some information about the trailer and highlights the film's focus on Superman's dual identity, not a galactic conquest narrative. The idea of Jor-El as an Omni-Man type tyrant is pure speculation, unsupported by any credible leak or official statement. Okay, file this next one under how serious do you like your superheroes? Rumor number 3 surrounds the goofy tone and a divided test screening outcome. Some fans worry that James Gunn Superman leans too heavily into the slapstick humor of Guardians of the Galaxy, also evoking that Silver Age tone, which was really wacky and over the top, more in line with Looney Tunes. And you get some unverified ex-posts claiming the test screenings left audiences divided, calling the film everything from a mess to too silly. Is the Man of Steel getting a comedic makeover? Is he really leaning into the yuck factor? Well, the truth is, there are some concerns about the tone. They're understandable. The evidence, however, suggests otherwise. Unverified ex-posts about negative screenings lack confirmation from major outlets. Games Radar explicitly stated that Superman is distinct from Gunn's Marvel work, aiming for a heartfelt and grounded tone. but that doesn't necessarily mean overly serious. It also doesn't mean overly jokey. The CinemaCon footage unveiled in April 2025 was a hit, with The Hollywood Reporter praising its vulnerable, earnest portrayal of Superman. A lot of heart, a lot of emotion in what's going on the screen. It's not trying to be goofy or wacky or try and distract you with cheap laughs. Stars like Rachel Brosnahan, who plays Lois Lane, and Nicholas Hoult, who plays Lex Luthor, have emphasized Gunn's commitment to a sincere, character-driven story. While the film includes lighter moments like Gunn's signature touch, you're going to expect some kind of weird offbeat humor. The CinemaCon buzz confirms it balances humor with gravitas, avoiding a Guardian-style comedy fest. The divided audience narrative seems to be more rumor than reality. There aren't some people out there from reputable sources who have stated they've seen snippets and maybe even large chunks of the film and didn't quite like the tone. That's fine, but that doesn't mean it's jokey and that everybody's going to receive it the same way. This last rumor is more of a cultural phenomenon, and maybe it's true, maybe it's not. It sort of depends on what corner of the internet you tend to visit on your dark, lonely visitations to X and social media and what have you. It's the Snyder fans versus Gunn Superman, and that long-running contention between folks who think Zack Snyder's vision for the Man of Steel is the best thing since sliced bread, and others who think it's overly drab, dreary, depressing, try hard. I'm in the latter camp. The clash between Zack Snyder's DCEU fans and Gunn's DCU vision is no secret. Some claim Snyder fans are fueling anti-Gunn sentiment, and I've seen personal examples of that, so there's some truth to it, with one rumor suggesting Snyder's Superman Day post outshined Gunn's in likes, hinting at some kind of bot-driven support. That could be true, could be not quite sure, but there is definitely a rivalry going on, and folks are playing it up to suit their personal agendas. Is this a real fan war, or is it just more online hype that really has no relevance in the real world? The truth of it is, the Snyder fan backlash is real and well documented. Cosmic Book News notes frustration among Snyder supporters over Henry Cavill's exit and Gunn's reboot. They feel that Henry Cavill's turn as the Man of Steel didn't get its fair shake. He didn't have time to develop. He should have gotten a sequel. You can make that case, maybe not, but the universe as a whole just didn't work out. And so Henry Cavill, unfortunately, is a collateral damage casualty of that reboot. X-posts reflect ongoing discontent, with some fans rallying behind Snyder's darker mythic tone and his version of Superman. And you saw that when HBO brought their streaming service online and they decided to do the Snyder Cut version of the Batman vs. Superman film, there was a lot of hype, a lot of energy around that reboot. However, claims about Snyder's Superman Day post or bot farms are unverified, as no source provides likes or counts or evidence of coordinated campaigns. And from all accounts, from what we can tell, Zack Snyder and James Gunn have interacted with each other, and they have done so in a supportive manner. Rather than stoking a division, let's look forward. Forbes praises Gunn's cohesive DCU vision, which includes exciting projects like Supergirl and Green Lantern. I'm concerned about both, mostly due to the involvement of Tom King. But that's a different story for a different day, and we'll cover that if you want to. Leave a comment below if you think that's a worthy follow-up. Both Snyder and Gunn fans can unite in their love for Superman, which I think is the real goal here, celebrating a fresh take that honors the character's legacy. But you know what? Things can change. We're still a couple months away, but here are the facts of what we do know. Based on reliable sources, it's a story of hope, identity, and heroism. Identity in the sense of a character coming from a different world who has to find his place among people that are not his own. David Cornsweet stars as a young Clark Kent navigating his Kryptonian roots and human upbringing. The film features a stellar cast including Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, who I personally thought was the best choice. If you've ever seen the marvelous Miss Maisel, she was the lead character and she did a great job in that show. Nicholas Hoult is Lex Luthor, and Nicholas has been around, and most recently he starred as Beast in the later versions of the X-Men films at Fox, and Isabel Merced as Hawkgirl, with cameos from Supergirl and Lobo, and that's, again, the Tom King connection, which I'm not thrilled about. The movie's being filmed in Cleveland to capture an authentic American vibe, and that's also the home of where Siegel and Schuster first created Superman, so there's a little bit of a nerdy connection there, and it blends heart, action, and a touch of Gunn's, I would say, heartfelt humor without losing Superman's core. At least that's the goal. Will he pull it off? We'll find out. So what's the lesson here? Folks, don't fall for clickbait. The internet loves a juicy rumor, but Superman deserves better. He is the archetype for the last 70 years at this point, 80 years at this point. I can't even keep track. The mutant monkey and evil Kryptonian tales are unverified and likely false, maybe with a kernel of truth, but nothing you need to be concerned about. There are some concerns about the tone because it is James Gunn, but, you got to take it with a grain of salt, and hopefully he has enough sense to do the right thing. Gunn's vision is shaping up to be a heartfelt, action-packed reboot that respects Superman's legacy while launching the DCU into the future for whatever that new universe is going to be. We shall see. So, hopefully this was helpful. Let me know in the comments below, which rumors have you heard that you hope are true? Or what do you hope will be the result of this film? Do you want it to succeed? Do you want it to fail? Do you like James Gunn's version, or do you prefer Snyder's version? So thank you very much for joining, and stay tuned through the outro for more comic reviews and news just like this one.